Hey everyone, Cypher here, and this is episode 2 of the Advanced Rookie's Guide to Battlefield 3. This time I'm going over the AS Val, the second weapon that OC picked for me to use. Now the AS Val is unlocked at rank 45, which is pretty much when you start going into the Colonel rank system. So it's kind of a long way to get to this point, to get to use this gun, but once you start using it, it's actually pretty fun to use. Now, the AS Val, even though it's in the classification of PDWs for the game, so it can be used in all the kits, it's known as a compact assault rifle. And you go, huh, really? So, but there's a reason why it's in that classification, but it's PDW, so it's not part of the assault kit. And I'll get to that in a moment when I go over the attachment slots. Now, the AS Val shoots at 900 rounds per minute, so hip firing is definitely 100% recommended when you first start using this gun. Of course, messing around with the support kits, of course, obviously recommend it as well. Now, being I said it's 900 rounds per minute, it's of course right out of the gate 50 rounds per minute slower than the MP7. So it's a tad slower, so it means it is tad controllable, but like I said, hip firing is definitely going to be your best bet. Now, when I say you should use this in the support kit is because the gun uses, or starting off in the magazine clip wise, is 20 rounds in clip plus 1 in chamber, so that's 21 rounds at the start. Now the reason why you see it's 31 rounds here is because in a very recent patch that was given to us by DICE, the AS Val was given the extended mags attachment. The only way you can get the extended mags attachment is by hitting 200 kills. That's Service Star rank number 2 for this gun. So when you see that Service Star pop up, you know right away you got the AS Val's extended mags, and definitely extended mags is really useful. Now when it comes to the attachments, the AS Val only has 2 attachment slots, an optics and the standard level 1, tier 1, whatever you want to call it, attachment area. Okay? Now the reason is because the AS Val has an integrated suppressor. That means full-time 24/7 suppressor. So that means this thing is going to be the best gun if you want to say go pretty much silence and rush with this gun. And of course the other attachment I mentioned was the optics. And actually all the attachments you do unlock with this gun are pretty much optical based. So obviously you may, when you're running around this, you may want to be using a close range type optic, such as right here I'm using the Cobra red dot sight. I really like it on this gun. It feels really good. In fact, this gun is kind of has Soviet origins to it. Now you can go from a fully automatic to a single fire, and here you see I'm going single fire, and I'm actually using this gun in a kind of a sniper type based role. Now the reason is that when you add the PSO-1 optic, which is a 4x zoom optic, kind of like an ACOG scope, you turn this gun into its resemblance form to something called the VSS. Now for those who played MGS4 as well as MGO, you would have picked up and utilized this gun in some way and form. Now the VSS. So I was like, ooh, okay, that's pretty cool. But unfortunately, due to the fact that the VSS is a sniper rifle, but not here in the game, you could, like say, substitute, one of the normal sniper rifles on the recon kit, and pretty much utilize it here, like I'm doing right now. I'm pretty much pressing on as a kind of a aggressive recon with a substitute sniper rifle of AS Val. Now the AS Val definitely has 2 other attachments, and it is a tac light and a laser sight, and unfortunately the extended mags fits in the first tier level area. So that means if you want to use your laser sight, you can't have extended mags, and when you use extended mags, you can't use your laser sight. And so that's kind of a downfall. But definitely laser sights are really good paired with an optic. Now the iron sights on this gun are okay, but like I said, optics are definitely a really good pick for this type of gun. Now when you're first utilizing this gun, in terms of damage per bullet deal, it's at 20 points per damage at start, and then it goes down to 18.4. So you're only losing about 1.6 damage over distance. So technically, this is an all-around gun for the PDWs. It actually fits the role pretty well. Unfortunately, you see, recoil wasn't quite going up because obviously that 900 rounds per minute is quite a nuisance in a sense of its own way and form. Now, the AS Val is utilized in the mission known as Conrad's, what Dima uses. So you get to see the gun in action there, so you can have some experience of it. But, you know, like I said at the start, this thing is unlocked at rank 45, so that means you gotta wait quite a bit in order to utilize it. Now, when it comes to a setup for this gun, since this gun is pretty good on the suppression, due to the fact it has that, not suppression, but suppressor for how it is, you know, it's integrated all the time, 24/7. This is a good gun to utilize in a something you call an assassin or a ninja-based class, whatever you want to go by. Alright, so that means, ooh, I'm silent, I'm deadly, I can pick people off and keep quiet. So, when you go over to your secondary, your handguns, sidearms, you may want to utilize a suppressed gun. Either it's like the MP443, the M9, the Glocks, or even the 1911. Any of them in the suppressed form, or suppressor form, would work perfectly fine for this gun. And of course, you can utilize this in the assault kit, so it can be sold like, hey, it's a compact assault rifle, it's in the assault kit, it's going to work perfectly fine, or make this into a bit of a sniper rifle and really annoy people to Kingdom Come. And I tried it once on Sending Crossing in a conquest match, or actually it was a team deathmatch really, and people were just going, and honestly I saw guys spinning around, kind of like constantly looking around trying for where the shots were coming from, and I was high above in one of the areas, and it was pretty funny. But still, you can mostly act like you're a ninja or assassin and pretty much go to town with this gun if you want. So, as overall with this gun, this is a very fun kind. You can see a bit of a rushing based gun, and so no, you pick what you want to choose. So that completes this episode for the AS Val, and the next episode will be on the PP-19. So see you in the next episode, everyone.